My stars, take 2. I tried to record this yesterday and I got extremely emotional in this collective's energy and I just could not turn the tears off. So I didn't want to not do this justice. So here we are. Let's hope that the floodgates don't come back. But we are going to do person on your mind, their feelings and their intentions. The song I kept hearing yesterday was that Damien Rice song, that Blower's Daughter, that can't take my eyes off of you. That song, that might really resonate with your love story. So let's get into it. First, let's get into your current connection. Make sure this is your collective, and then we'll break it down. All right. First card, separation. Clearly, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, unsure of the future. For this collective, however, this is both of you. This is not just, I already know this is going to be a very nice reading. Okay. So your separation's really illuminated in both of your minds right now. You're really going over things. Maybe you're both feeling a little bit strung along by one another, if you know it or not. You could think, as the collective watching, that you felt quite strung along here and like an option. But for some odd reason, this collective, you and your person, mirror quite strongly, and I think maybe their lack of movement towards you gets you trapped in your mind, but I think you constantly replay on this person's mind. All right, current connection. Being fussy. Not enough. Okay, this is seduction, third party interference, and this is very odd. It kind of ties into what I was feeling yesterday. The right collective, I have a feeling you think this person moved on quite quickly after you, but this person's perception, and I don't know this to be true or not, but I feel they really either heard along the grapevine or you really presented as if you moved on quite quickly as well. For some reason, I feel both of you, and this is where this string along comes from, I think it's like you both, it's like you feel this love for one another, but you question each other's love for one another. So internally, you know how you feel. Internally, they know how they feel. But you both think that you guys aren't interested in one another. Does that make sense? This frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage. I'm seeing two people with so much emotion that are completely clammed up inside. You both feel pain and you both literally think of each other and this stuff the same, if that makes sense. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Your grievances are their grievances, and the sad thing is neither of you know it. And you both have such a lack of confidence when it comes to one another. But yet we've got two people pining over one another. Very, very sad energy. And this is what bad communication in connections does. So as a collective, especially Mercury making its way around, things that you struggle to communicate with, especially when it comes to vulnerabilities, deep emotion that you feel, you're going to be getting lessons for. Let it be work grievances, let it be family grievances, let it be things to do with friendships. You know those moments, it's like you really want to say something, but you get so nervous and you shut down and you're like, no, I'm not going to say anything. You're both getting lessons about this right now. Let it to be with conflict, let it to be with deep emotion, whatever it is. The universe is trying to show you as an individual how much you struggle with clear, transparent communication when emotions involved. Okay, the same thing's happening for this person, which means you guys in your initial connection before this separation, your communication, unfortunately, it was terrible here. I think I've got two people, and don't make it fit, when it comes to creating ripples, when it comes to any kind of conflict, it's like I'm seeing two people really clam up. Okay, and the sad thing is you get to a point of repressing so much that you've got this huge concern about conflict avoidance, right? Because you repress so much, when your trigger's pushed, when that button's pushed, you are full of conflict, you're full of rage, you're full of explosion. You're both being shown a lesson right now to not pent up emotion with your surroundings. So make sure you're not missing those lessons right now. I always say this, sometimes we think we're doing it for the best interest of people involved, but it's not serving your best interest. People think by silencing an emotion away, it just removes it. It doesn't. It accumulates. It gets worse, worse, and worse. I always talk about the kettle. You guys become this kettle. You're on this constant simmer, and the littlest thing puts you into eruption, into steam mode. Okay. It's like we've got two people feeling the exact same grievances for one another, and those grievances aren't even valid. This is what your mind's done. You both have really manipulated your thought patterns when it comes to each other and intentions, okay? Because you haven't spoken about what you feel. And you both, heart with a key. You both have the key to each other's heart. I said this yesterday in YouTube's collective. These are the readings that, as a reader, really overwhelm me because it's just very sad. It's very sad when there's so much intense love, but because of society's expectation and no contact, and if they would, and blah, 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 all of that rubbish, you've got two people just holding back everything, just magically thinking everything's going to disappear, the emotion will disappear, time will heal all wounds, even though you're consumed by each other. That's literally what's going on with this collective. It's like, without you knowing, neither of you want to cave. It's very odd. Okay, separation. You're both looking at each other as being self-absorbed. You're both looking at each other as being selfish here. And again, this collective, that wouldn't make sense to you because you have this energy towards them. It's literally two people off the same page. Me saying that to the right collective, that would trigger you. You would think, well, how have I been self-involved? How have this? You can't help this person's perception. Just how, if they were watching this, they wouldn't understand and say, well, no, they're the one that's selfish. They're the one that's self-absorbed. How do they not understand the pain that I went through because of this? Look at how quickly they moved on after me. They didn't love me. They used me. And that might not even be the case, but this is a truth that this person's sitting on. And like I said, for this collective, you think this person moved on very quickly. And neither of you actually know that from one another. This is surroundings or them looking at whatever the case may be. So again, separation with this golden mirror, but you're both exactly the same emotionally. Okay, this is that giving, receiving, but I'm more seeing that as you both feel exactly the same. And it wouldn't make sense to this collective because you probably think at the start of this, you tried to put effort, you tried to fix this, but really go to the start of your separation. How were you presenting? Let it be how you were posting. Let it be, and I always say this, especially with divines, and you see it so much this day and age. People go through breakups, they start posting their body online, or they act like they're having the time of their life, trying to make their person jealous. It's backfiring, and I feel everything I say is for a reason. That happened here. If this person had someone in their ear saying you moved on, and then you were posting things online like you were having the best time of your life, it was validating what they had been told. And because they were so broken, they didn't communicate. And like I said, I feel this is mirrored. So you probably witnessed the same thing for this person. Although, why do I feel this person's not really on socials? I don't feel this person's an avid poster and stuff. They could maybe not even be really on social media. But you've created this scenario in your mind, this collective, just how they have. Okay? Don't make it fit. If that's not your energy whatsoever, this is not your collective. Strung along. And even though you have unconditional love for one another, look at how you speak about each other energetically. You both yearn for each other so much, but the imprint you've created for one another in your mind with lack of communication just all through. So again, if this is something you know for certain that it's not your collective, you don't need, oh, they cheated, it's not your collective, okay? You both have created a scenario because of lack of communication, and now you've got yourself in Eight of Swords. You've literally both created a scenario that's not happening, and it's keeping you guys away from each other. But ascending, transcending obstacles, preparing for union. As soon as you can remove that, you both feel so used by one another, and it's really sad because that's not the case here at all. Seduction, healing heart. This needs to heal out as well. And I do think that this connection created healing for you both. Are either of you aware about that with one another? No, because I don't think there's been communication about it. I don't think you've seen a change in this person. They might have seen a change in you, but I'm just seeing two people that have no idea. It's only what they've created in their mind that they hold on to. Not enough. And it comes from a lack of confidence that you both have. You might think you're the most confident person in the world, but what you both have created in your mind to soothe, even though it's completely opposite, it's not soothing, it's making your emotion worse, but what you've both created to soothe your thought pattern about one another is coming from, truly, in the nicest way, not trying to trigger you guys, it's coming from a lack of confidence and worthiness. It's literally that energy that when a separation happens and when there's no answers, it's straight away to they were cheating, they were doing this, they were doing that. It's the only thing that makes sense, instead of thinking, well, look at how intense our love was. Yeah, we were emotionally so closed off, if we knew it or not, that every time we tried to discuss or every time we faced a challenge, it would be completely ignited. It became full of conflict. It became so explosive because we both didn't know how to deal with emotion. Instead of seeing it for what it was, it's, nah, there had to have been cheating, there had to have been this. When your relationship was clearly, when it came to one of the core fundamental things any connection needs, you guys didn't have it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? When we try and make sense of a situation, instead of just seeing it for what it is, this is what happens, okay? It's really hard as humans, right? And I'm gonna, this is important. I see this so much when I'm doing personals and in collectives. As a person, right, you've got to remember you're one of a kind. You're one of a kind. And as a person, right, how we deal with emotion, how we are with love languages, how we are with our trauma, how we are with everything. Unfortunately, people overgeneralize everybody in this world. So because you think a certain way, right? So just example, you loved this person so intensely. You loved them. So even though it was going to absolute shit, you just loved them. You were putting up with it all. You either saw this person as your life partner, you saw them as your be all and end all, you were having long-term planning put in place, family, children, whatever it was, right? So even though you as a person maybe could ignore the lack of good communication, the abruption, this and that. You as a person could ignore it because you loved them. That doesn't mean this person can ignore it. Yes, they loved you just as equally, but they were clearly more logical. They could see it falling apart. They could see how bad your communication was. They could see how you could bring out a really explosive side of one another. So in their mind, no matter how much they loved you, even though they were making long-term commitments with you, in their mind, because everyone thinks differently, people think differently, and people don't get it. People don't understand that. Literally, I know that sounds ridiculous, but they don't. If you're a self-sacrificer, if you're very compassionate, if you love hard, if you're someone that can have an argument and go explosive, but then get very anxious, want to solve it and expect forgiveness straight away, you think the person beside you or the people around you are exactly the same. Not the case. We all have different traumas. We all have a different thought pattern, especially when it comes to masculine, feminine energy. Masculine energy definitely deals with emotion a lot different to feminine energy. So in this person's mind, where you knew it was full of conflict, but because you loved them, you didn't care, this person loved you, but they did care about the conflict. They could see this was just progressively getting worse. You guys were both losing your sparkle. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But when we overgeneralize people and literally think everyone thinks the same as us, this is the stuff that happens. So because this person chose to walk away because of how they literally chose to 8 of Cups this, they didn't want to walk away. They loved you. They didn't walk away. It was probably one of the most painful decisions in their life, but they could see what you guys were doing to one another. But this it never affected you enough to 8 of Cups them. But because they 8 of Cups, even though they loved you so much, because you wouldn't have done it, because your brain thinks differently, they were stringing me along. They used me. They found somebody else. They replaced me so bloody quickly. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Everybody thinks differently. And when you have an expectation that someone thinks like you, this is exactly what happens. You create scenarios that aren't happening. And let's go back to their perspective of this, because they also feel the same, right? So yes, they chose to walk away. But I don't think when this person walked, like, it pained them. I don't know if this person came back a couple times. I don't know what the situation was here. It wasn't a clean break, right? But even though they were the one that walked away, in their mind, right? In their mind, if you really loved them, you would have put more effort in to try and keep them around. And I'm not saying that's right, but I'm just trying to show you how different brains work, right? So you're upset that they walked away. You're already thinking they're walking away because they're choosing someone else, right? So your relationship's off balance. So every time they came back in, right? Let's just say it was 2-3 times trying to fix this, right? Every time they came back in, because it was off balance, you would have been walking on eggshells because you loved them so much. You wanted them to stay. So you weren't expressing yourself. You weren't expressing your needs and wants. You weren't really expressing yourself with how you felt. You were just sucking up this person's ass, but it wasn't working. So everything that was making you in the initial, before the few walkaways, right? The volatility, the explosion, the this and that, because you're a kettle and you repress and you were just like, I just want them back. I'm going to subside everything. You were still having triggers of explosion, just what caused them to walk away. But because this time, right, so they've already got a seed, right? They've already got a seed. Is this person cheating? Do they like someone else? Are they more attracted to their, like, you would have seen how jealous this person was throughout your relationship, and how quickly, if they saw any energy shift in you, thought straight away, is someone in their life. You would have had examples of this in the relationship, right? How highly jealous this person was. So because every time they came back, you sucking up their ass, walking on eggshells, thinking you being kumbaya would make them stay. In their mind, they're thinking, why are they being so nice? What's going on here? What are they trying to hide? And then, right, because they wouldn't be treating you right, because they had things going on in their mind and they're half detached from you. You're very, very nice, but then subsiding, you're going to get your trigger point, because there you are bending over backwards with someone in your mind, subconsciously mistaking your kindness for weakness, taking advantage of your kindness. You're not seeing the kindness being reciprocated because they're half detached and they've already got in their mind, is this person going back to their ex? Is this person doing this? Is this person doing that? Examples for a reason, right? So then that littlest thing that they do that feels cold and detached, you would have gone, bah! Because there you are, sucking up someone's ass, walking on eggshells, when you should have put a boundary up straight away with self-worth, self-respect, because they chose to walk away, run away, however many times. Right, collective, this would be making sense. Men in their mind, if they know it or not, masculine energy doesn't need to be in a male vessel. Subconsciously, we don't know this. We don't know our subconscious emotion. Subconscious emotion, right? A woman that doesn't put up boundaries, every time a boundary gets tested or treated like rubbish or whatever it is, they start to lose respect. So gradually their behavior gets worse and worse and worse and worse, if they know it or not. Okay? Men, masculine energy, feminine energy deals with emotion differently. And another thing, because I always say everything in life, we just see it so 3D, it's happening for a reason. If your whole relationship, social media, was a very big red flag, it would activate this person's jealousy. They were very on top of you. And I am not saying that's good behavior. That's bad behavior. That comes from insecurities. That's trying to claim and be possessive over someone. That shouldn't happen, right? I'm not trying to validate. I'm just going over your past relationship, right? You would have had warning signs your whole relationship about your social media or the way you were around people. And again, I'm not excusing this. I'm just trying to make it clear on why this person thinks that they were being strung along by you and vice versa. Okay. So you would have had the warning signs about this. I'm just saying social media for one example, but as you're hearing this, your mind should be going to all different, memories of where you around other kind of energy would make this person jealous, even if it was other women. Like, I just feel this person was highly claiming of you, right? So then let's say, as soon as this person walks away, you choose to get on social media and post stupid shit to make them jealous. What's that going to do to their jealousy? You're not protecting their trauma even through the set. You're making it worse. You're trying to get them back through emotional manipulation. Oh, well, I can move on. I can do this. I can do that. So without you even knowing something so little as just a post, if you've had examples of how bad this person was with their jealousy and how they could create scenarios and start arguments with you over literally nothing, that was like a nail in the coffin without you even knowing. But because this person already shut down emotionally, because you're someone that shuts down emotionally, another example you would have had in your relationship, how you guys couldn't communicate on a deep level, it always ended up in conflict for the right collective. You already had all the warning signs in your initial union before separation of how emotionally this separation would be handled. But because you were so 3D, because you were in the mind frame, everyone should think like me. If you knew it or not, this is the scenario you created. And because of their emotion and what they witnessed from you and what they were told, right? This is the scenario they created. So we've got two people here in this situation that have literally created a scenario that's not even happening because of your lack of communication skills. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And this is why, and I don't care what no one says, love of your life, divine, this is why separations happen. Because that's no way to live life. It's no way to be in love. This is where trauma rubs off on one another. You weren't meant to deal with their jealousy and their claiming energy, and you yourself needed to develop when it came to communication and maybe your jealousy. This had to happen. You needed to heal. So if anything, this person choosing to walk away from whatever scenario they created in their mind, you should be thanking them. This would have just got progressively worse. Relationships never work with distrust, and this poor relationship was filled with distrust. So no matter how much depth of love there was, and there still is, until you heal that, and this is why I go into so much details, not just for this collective, but when I'm doing love readings and I'm telling you guys about boundaries and seeing the flags and understanding emotion, and love is not enough. Because you guys loved each other to other universes and back. That wasn't the issue. It's that you didn't know how to love each other properly. It's that you didn't know how to love each other right. It's that you didn't know how to not ignite each other's traumas. You weren't a safe place for one another. It's not just one person at fault, it's two. This is why I say people are meant to make you self-aware. people that come out of relationships, and if your life is on a constant repeat of relationships like this, it's not everybody else's fault. Sometimes we need to turn a finger back at us and say, why do I keep attracting this stuff in and excusing it with a lack of boundaries? The first time this person ran, you should have really seen the situation for what it was. But because your mind thought they were running because there was someone else involved, your pride got in the way and you wanted to fix something that was broken instead of letting that bloody bird go. And now, unfortunately, everything happens for a reason though. Everything happens for a reason. I just hope this collective, you can see that not everyone thinks like you. This will be a pattern for you in life. And it's probably the same a little bit for this person as well. Anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, this receiving what you need through this, not enough, okay? But you need to make healthier choices. It's not about the passion's not here with this. Like I said, if anything, it's too much. You guys need to learn how to deal with that passion for one another and make each other feel safe in your vulnerabilities, not ignite them and make them worse. If you know you have a jealous spouse, why do people try and activate that for a reaction in both aspects? Men for women, women for men. There's a reason this is coming. It's emotional manipulation to get your way. This person, maybe you had abandonment trauma and they knew it. So what they would do to get their way in an argument, because they were hurt and they would want to hurt you back, how times whatever, subconsciously not here. It's like you had opened up about a vulnerability. And when you guys were facing conflict, they would escape because subconsciously, because you were both broken birds. You had hurt them, I'm going to hurt them more. What hurts them? Abandonment. So I'm going to make them feel abandoned right now. That's not good. That's not healthy. That's not how a relationship should be. And again, if you stayed with this person, you guys would be hating each other right now. It needed to heal. You both would intentionally activate each other's vulnerabilities and not even be aware of it. It was subconscious because you both were broken birds. Okay? I hope this isn't triggering the right collective, but it's making you see things a little bit differently. Return or not, love or not, it won't work on the same path as you were in the past. And that's why healing energy, obstacle energy, has come over you both to heal this. And I will stand firm in this. Anybody in this world can change if they want to change. If they want to change, they will do it. Heart with a key. And we talk about the 85% and the 5%. And the reason there is that saying a leopard can't change its spots, because it's unfortunate. We have 85% of our population conformed to our 10%, our world leaders. Yeah, they don't change. I don't think this collective, you're in that percentage. We will keep going. So I'm getting very because it's just it's like I said, as readers, we can feel the love, but it's energy like this that can ruin something so beautiful, because it's your overthinking, anxious, analytical mind that creates situations. And I need to confirm for the 10th time, this is a collective that you've created this in your mind, okay? Like I said before, if you know this to be, I don't need your comments. Use your discernment. It's not your reading. Heart with a key. Photographs. You both miss each other. Like I said, both of you. Can't get my mind off of you. Truth. Looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, wanting to make new memories. This is why I say it's not our ego's timing, it's divine timing. Until you both heal the qualities that put wedges here, it wouldn't work. So why go through the pain of it again? This is why, you guys, I know it sounds absolutely ridiculous. Surrender to the divine. Patience being one of the most pivotal, transformative lessons you'll learn on your spiritual journey. It's for a reason. The divine, the creator, the universe, God, whoever you pray to, they are not working against you. They're working for you. It's the pain and anxiousness and stuff that evolves us. Never working against you. Remember that. And when you feel you're in a moment where it's working, you're on your knees and you're broken, instead of sitting in the emotion and thinking life isn't fair, ask them what they're trying to get you to learn from this. We said there's no stronger bond than you and your team. No stronger bond. No better advice. They'll give it to you in time. That we need to understand as people that emotion is to transform us. We put it in the cat. I always say this, when you're anxious, stressed, excited, overwhelmed, you get the same anxiousness inside. Your body's emotion reacts the exact same. It's our brain that says something different. People need to accept and welcome those transformative emotions as much as they do happiness. Happiness keeps us stuck and complacent. Happiness doesn't make us grow. Emotion's emotion. All emotion is good. All emotion. It's the point I'm trying to make. All right. This is going to be a long reading. First, before we break them, their intention, their this, their that, I just want to get a little bit of a guiding message for you from the universe, and then we'll break down them. Okay? What's around this beautiful collective right now? Oh, straight away, I knew it. When I talk like this, I know I'm speaking to twin flames. Your first card, 132 cards, you got the twinny card. Remember what this journey is for. When I tell you I was emotional, like, I couldn't even do the reading yesterday. This felt like daggers in my gut. Magician, crow, magical. All my divines, you're so magical. And let's be real, if you're still watching after that, blah, 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 that's a sign in itself. And magician with this crow. So right now, they're wanting you, it's not about focusing on divine partner externally, but focusing on balancing your masculine and feminine. There's a remembering and reminiscing, ruminating, nostalgia coming over all of my activated collectives. This right collective, at the moment, you cannot get your mind off of this person, and vice versa. It's for a reason. You have to relive the past to really see what needs to be changed. You need to walk through the pain, okay? And I always say readings come to you for a far greater reason than just when they're coming back, how they feel, how they this. You're supposed to learn something. It's supposed to give you a perception shift. That's why we're here. We're healers. We need to make you see it a little bit differently and sit in the emotion with ease, okay? Right now, they're just wanting you to really understand this connection, no matter how much craving, until the core things are healed that make a relationship thrive. It's going to be on hold. And you just got 1111 and 222. Magic for your first 1111 and 222 unexpected blessings, miracles. If you're going through pain right now and sadness, they're not wanting you to be in pain and sadness. They're wanting you to trust. Don't hold on to the negative, okay? But communication's coming in. Oh, clearly. Sorry. But inspired action, maybe as well, just let's side note, maybe there's certain things in your life you're getting called intuitively to start doing and putting into place. But memories, remembering, mystery, magical and powerful. You could be feeling upgraded in the mind right now too. A new event or happening, clever problem solver, observant. And As a reader, I'm not here to tell you how to feel. I'm here to confirm your emotion, to show you, yep, this is your reading. I might word it a little differently, but the right collective, everything I just went on a tangent with, you've had that emotion before. I'm just meant to confirm. I'm meant to confirm it for you. Makes sense? So again, this is why I say a true reading for you should illuminate your body. Like, you should be goosebumps, remembering certain situations, scenarios. The signs that you've allocated to your spirit team should also confirm the reading. Discernment's so important. Don't just listen to readings that sound good. Okay? It's anyway. How many stop it. So miracles abound, but you have to lift out the negativity right now. So enjoyment, being present, resilience, gathering your sweet nectar. So knowing where to go for positivity, not negativity. Even example, like, yes, I was so emotional, but I just went straight onto my snapper because I find enjoyment with that. Like, I know that sounds irrelevant, but that's what, it's so easy for us to be swallowed in emotion. When you're swallowed in emotion, you need to get yourself up and you need to say, what makes me happy? Is it the community around me? Do I need to go for a walk? Do I need to go read a book out in the sun or the moonlight? What is it that is going to center my emotion instead of letting my emotion swallow me whole? Okay, do you know, this is what this gathering sweet nectar is. To lift out negativity. And I know I say you need to walk through it, but that doesn't mean letting it swallow you into negativity. Okay, if you're starting to have a very negative approach over your emotion, you need to find what can I do to make me happy right now, so I can at least balance out, find center, so I can readdress what I've had a storm cloud, with a clear perspective, so I can see the lesson, not the emotion, so I can approach it with logic, not emotion. Make sense? So when I say walk through and you have to feel it, yeah, feel it, but get yourself out of it and then readdress it in a better place. Get me? So we've got 11, 11, 2, 2, 2, and then 24. So you could be seeing, if you've got your clock on 24-hour time, I just saw 24, 24, so 0, 0, 0, 0, completion. But there is a lightness coming over you. And I always say as well, like, if you just do have an emotional purge, like in the moment, I call them angel tears. So even just having little things that make you realize even tears are so beautiful. Okay, I think they come from our angels. Okay, I don't know why I just said that. Maybe you do the same thing. Maybe you think of tears as being angel tears. It just shows you have an angel inside, is what I'm trying to say. You are an angel. We are all one big particle. We're all connected up there. Okay. It's funny, this is coming to my mind for a reason. I'm going to say it, but when you do this collective, clearly music's a huge tie to your spirit team. I don't know if you're like me and you like to do an angel shuffle. I recommend this for you guys all the time. Ask your team a question, and then press shuffle and see what song comes on. But I'm seeing someone speak to our creator and just wanting guidance. And have you ever done an angel shuffle and asked that question for your creator, and they will play you a song with how you're speaking to yourself, right? So it'll be quite a negative song that comes on. It's kind of like you feel you're under attack with your angels. They're trying to show you you are all connected as one. And this is why people that activate out of dormancy, you all get that download, you're the one, because you have your creator in you, right? So when you have negative self-talk to yourself and you ask a question like, there's a reason this is coming to my mind. Maybe this is something you need to do to just see the power of the universe and how we truly all are connected. We're all taught to pray to one thing up there. We all embody that. Just as much as we give them grace and understanding, we are that. So why don't we give that to ourselves? Do you know what I'm trying? Right, collective, you'll know what I'm trying to say. That came to my mind out of nowhere. But it just shows, like, if you really are connected to that as being one of the ways you connect to up above, it's the reason I'm saying it. Okay. That's going to sound woo-woo to people that don't do that. but for the right collective, that'll make sense. So here, look at all the beauty, right? Look at all this beauty, but because you're in the transition of learning how to get yourself out of overwhelm emotion, or I think you've learned that, but it's just of recent, maybe it's just really coming over you. Illness, fatigue, stress, anxiety, worry, reduce, restless. I don't want to say you're deteriorating, but you know, you're in fear. There's this nagging emotion over you. They're wanting to teach you how to be the hummingbird. We aren't trying to, well, they are trying to break you in a good way. We're wanting you to learn. If you can't get yourself out of this emotion, let's say you're in independence, right? You're in independence. Let's say you live alone. Let's say, yeah, you could have some people, but majority of the time you're in independence, right? So when you get this emotion by yourself, you can't get yourself out of it, right? This can swallow you whole. It can just make you feel like a shell of yourself. And that's just you. Your overthinking, over analytical mind can overwhelm you to a state of this. True divines, what do? You amplify everything times 10. So if you yourself as a person alone can do this to yourself with your thinking, imagine if someone did it to you. Do you think you've really healed from it? Or do you think you would react just how you used to in the past? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Again, they're not working against you. They're trying to show you how your overthinking can still, because that's the theme of this collective, it puts you into a state of just bleh. And I have to confirm, it's overthinking. It's not that anything's happened. It's your mind that does this to you. This person is exactly the same. You both play tricks on your mind and create things that aren't even happening because of how your mind is like bing, 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 bing. Make sense? They're trying to just show you the only way they can, through emotion. And this is why I always say it's your biggest sign in this world. They will show you emotionally what needs to be healed. But you need to see it, not get consumed by it. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not crazy. This love is pure. This love is beautiful. But it needs healing. And you clearly still need a little bit of healing here. I'm seeing two people just lost in their mind. It's really sad. Really sad. Okay, we're going at the bottom. Proposal, engagement, agreement, next level, promise, partnership, statement of intent, marriage, union. Let's get one between these. Cross destiny. You're both wearing a mask. You're both wearing a mask right now in your love. You both feel this about each other. And again, this collective, you wouldn't believe it. But just as you think this person disguises their emotion, they're wearing a mask, they're not showing their true intentions, they act a certain way, performance around others, they're a different they think the exact same about you. Projection. So disguise, conceal, ego, hidden motives, a persona, the way they present to the world, theatre, performance, putting on a show. You both think it about one another. Okay, sorry, triggering, but it's the truth for this collective, because this is what this collective's mind does. Watch from part 1. Don't make this fit. It's magician. So your manifestation is aging. It's aging well, but it can't be rushed. Okay. Developing over time, the good stuff, finesse, alchemy, alchemize what you're feeling. This is transforming, it's ripening, it's aging well. It's not about giving up when you feel emotion like this. See the lesson in it. Okay. So when you're going into remembering memories and this, you're going over the standoffish, the separation, the islands between you guys, the bloody, I'm going to say obstacles, how they made you feel lonely and this is, so you're going through painful memories, but it's for a reason. You need to see these memories differently. Like if you, and again, watch from part 1, if you know in your soul, and you don't need to comment, if you know that was your relationship, what makes you think it would have ever worked? It's just, it's so much more than this person just walked away. Like, it's so much more than that. All right, let's just get this mice, hummingbird, and then we'll break them down. This has gone long enough. Oh, there. So you're stressing about your person. The person you know, the fiance, the spouse, the love interest, the masculine energy. Oh, stop stressing. 14th of the 4th, you could be seeing 144 a lot. 28th of the 7th, 23rd of the 7th. 22nd of the July could be important for you guys. Memory birthdays. You're just going through a shift. You know, you already, everything I said about knowing where to go for your sweet nectar, this collective, you know it. I think you get yourself out of this emotion. You just may be stuck in it right now. It's just to confirm again, 224, 24th of the 2nd. You're getting more enlightenment. You are going through there's a place in your soul you need to find resolve, okay, and a little bit of peace right now. And then the ring again at the bottom. Trust. Okay. Oh, let's really break this down now. So we're going to see their true feelings and what their intentions are towards you. Okay, let's get into it. The lady beetle at the bottom. You could have just seen the lady beetle. Why do I feel we're going to get just a little bit of Palo Santo going? Palo Santo. All right, that's up. First, I want to see their emotion right now. Actually, I want to get these first. All right. Okay, so destiny, I do think they could overwhelmed 100%. The stress of this is draining me, but maybe, yes, seeing you as destiny, but they could still be really struggling to connect to their path in life. I feel there's something here and they were unsatisfied with how things were going in the past, and maybe they still go over this if this can be mended, okay, because you're going over it. This, watch from part 1, but I do think there's something about this person's life at the moment that they're really starting to see how unsatisfied they are. I feel this person's wanting more out of life right now. All right, their feelings. Sorry, that I'm going to say it came to my mind. Mistakes. I wish I could right my wrongs. Which means, and I'm not saying this collective isn't taking accountability for their part in this. I'm not saying that at all. But just how much we went into detail in the start. For the right collective, there's things that you haven't. And I know I said I'm here to confirm your emotion, but I think there is some things that you just haven't completely seen clearly just yet, especially when it comes to thinking that this person has always thought like you. They think differently, so they're going to act differently to how you would act in certain situations. There needs to be understanding of that, okay? I wish I could right my wrongs here. How much space they took, and maybe they're still thinking I don't think this person's been healing this whole time, but there's something transitioning in their life that's making them reflect on past actions and decisions, not just with you, but how their life's going, and it's all kind of tying into one. Remember that, like, I just feel I'm feeling two people so consumed in the mind over one another and past decisions that it is creating so much overwhelm and stress, and I'm seeing two people drained. So don't make it fit. This hasn't been draining you over the past couple of days and you've just been, doing what you do and living life, and like this hasn't come over you. It's just not your collective, okay? The right energy, you both are feeling extremely drained from the emotion and the memories of one another. Chemistry, that you're unmatched but holding back. I should have expressed myself better. One more. two more, but that's good. So they're starting to understand your, again, there's far greater readings. A reading finds you. I think there was a bit of understanding that you needed to find from this reading, this collective, and the unappreciation. So unfortunately, this person, they're starting, I think for a long time, they thought you didn't appreciate them the way they appreciated you. They felt strung along by you. Again, the right collective, you were like, huh? Like, watch from part 1. It's here still. But they're starting to understand maybe that was a bit of an extreme approach to emotion, and maybe you're starting to understand that too. You cannot help that this person felt strung along by you and unappreciated and taken advantage of. Like, you can't help that this person feels like that. And again, watch from part 1. We went into a very in-depth explanation why. Okay. I felt like you didn't care. They felt like that you didn't care as much as they cared. But they are starting to understand different now. And they were a bit dishonest here. But so were you. You both were dishonest about emotion because you both were creating this scenario without communicating it. It was just, you weren't solving the challenge. Your little challenge turned into a huge conflict time and time again because you didn't have the communication to soothe those moments their jealousy was getting triggered, or they didn't have the communication skills to soothe your, you could have been quite distrusting because of your abandonment, subconsciously always feeling like you were going to be abandoned, which then led to codependence. They didn't understand it. They didn't know how to soothe it. They didn't know how to make you feel safe enough to not be that way, as you didn't make them feel safe enough to not show you their emotion of jealousy and their triggers. Makes sense? You both failed with communication in the past, which you both shut down with the core things that really, really, and you didn't know it at the time. But these were the core things that actually put separation here, where this collective, you think it was cheating, this, that. Your misunderstandings together became too abruptive. They couldn't deal with it. Okay, it made them feel unseen. It made them feel unheard. You felt exactly the same, but there hasn't been deep communication to talk about it. Okay. All right. I just want to get a couple of these. Just confirm the true. The indecision they're going over. Fear. So what am I going to say to you guys? What do you have indecision with in life? Are you trying to, is there inspired action, intuition coming over you that you're holding off right now? What do you have fear of? This is what's being illuminated in them and this connection. You clearly still have fear of the unknown. You're going, this collective, you're a mess emotionally right now. So are they. Failure. They're scared of failing. They're scared of showing you their cards, and this is all going to go down the wazoo, which means you have a fear of showing them your cards because you're scared you're going to be rejected as well. Which means you still fear depth of vulnerability, both of you, which was a huge wedge that came into the past of your connection. And that is not saying me, because I can just imagine, oh, should I message them then? If you were, it's up to you. Actually, what you get out of this reading, you do. Okay. Their pride led to their indecision, their ego. This person truly believed things about you that were not true, and you are the same, this collective, which affected their pride with this, the adversity. Well, will I be judged if I go back there after this, that? As we said it, adversity, literally. So whatever they were made to believe about you, and then with the lack of communication not telling you, they feel, I would be a fool if I went back there. But this is why they couldn't help coming in it, because of the pull towards you. But they could never make their mind up because they were scared of the judgment. They were scared of what would be said about this decision. Very sad. And now, lonely. And they have a fear. Are they ever going to find someone like you again as well? Oh, failure. Freedom. and it's that your touch will destroy me. Maybe this person's been working so hard to find peace again, and also they could be scared that, especially if there's still imprints of, and I felt it as I was explaining this connection. I think you both lost your freedom here because of each other's traumas. I think you both were clipping each other's wings because you were scared someone better would come along. Okay, you didn't see yourself. You didn't see yourself, so unfortunately you caged each other. Both of you, not just both of you. One more. Blame. There's still a little bit. You both. I see it in the first part. But they could be reflecting on their blame, especially if this has found you to reflect on your blame, that means the same thing would be igniting in them, your threads, right? So if this actually makes you sit down and think, holy moly, I was doing, like, but truly, not just you, like, you know what I mean? The same thing would be happening on their end, because I'm on the fence with that blame, because I can see that this collective still has blame. Again, that's the theme of this reading. Okay. I just want to see what it is about your soul that this person admires, and we're going to get their true intention. Oh my... Stop it. First card. That was your first card. I know it was from the universe, but remember what we said about creative. You're just all one big particle. Divine partner, mirror, heart chakra. They feel you right now. Oh, stop it. And that song we said in the start, that's the Notting Hill song. And I said this on my Snapchat family yesterday. I said, if that song and this reading really resonates with you, that movie should resonate with you. You know when you can watch a movie and you can just find your love story in it? I find it a lot with Disney movies. Have you noticed that? It's like all Disney movies, it's kind of like broken twin flame energy. Let's be real. But anyway, I feel the right collective. You will be able to see yourself in that movie, like your love story in that movie. But can I say one thing for the right collective? For this to be your first card, what does that mean? They're activated to the universal frequency. So just like you see signs and them, they've activated to it. So they would see the signs. They would have the connection to source too, which is the first pivotal step. Because without that activation, they don't go through the self-discovery like you did. They don't have the belief like you did. The 4D mind needs to be activated before the rest of the all the bloody D's up there get activated. Oh my gosh, you got the marriage card. Oh, the way you're a problem solver. So your principles, the way you stand up for what's right, how you break free from the mold, your belief system, that you're a problem solver, how curious you are. They love that you ask a lot of questions. I just feel you're someone that can really read between the lines. You see the color in everything. You're not black and white. You're very adaptive. You're intelligent, extremely clever, but you're a little bit mischievous and cheeky. How resourceful you are. Your values, your family values, which means they would see you as a very good parent. But how centered you are, how you've integrated your opposite. Like, I feel they see a balance in you, that you look like you're feeling complete, your awareness, your equality, your well-being. Inspirational. And what do I always say? The right love, it inspires us to change and be better. Oh, that you're loyal, the dog energy, you're a supportive friend, peace, you're a ride or die. You're my king of pentacles. People you let in your life, you would defend them till you're black and blue. Like, you're that kind of person. Or you're that person in a conversation, someone's talking shit about someone, you pull them up and you're like, why talk about someone that's not here? That's not your right. Like, you're someone that when it comes to, I just feel you're very, you do what's right, okay? And especially for the people you love. And this is probably why they're reflecting back now on their blame and holding on to something. They don't even know if it's true or not. They never heard it from you. I think this person accused, they're going over their accusations. And so if they're seeing you as loyal, right? And they had such a conception, like this misconception that you would cheat, or you were going to go back to your ex, or you were going to do this, that you were going to hurt them. They're starting to realize you're the most loyal person that I've ever come across in my life. Like, they are trustworthy. Do you know what I'm trying to say? How dependable you were, that you were a faithful companion. It's like, how did I put them in the category of this when they showed me anything but that? Okay, 18th of the 10th could be an important memory or birthday. 17th of the 5th. Like, that is a beautiful energy to be seen as. Which means this person really is someone about loyalty, okay? Because if that's one of the qualities they admire in you, they're a stickler for loyalty, and like that would be a big thing for them. Oh my gosh. You got the two cards of twin. There's only two in here. You got both of them. So that maybe they think you're a twin soul, that you're one, a pair of things, deep soul connection, that they want to bloom this love again. They could think you found a soulmate though. I just heard that. Divination, fluidity. Maybe they question. But with this twin flame swamp, to confirm, like, come on, you got the guidance out. So whatever knowledge you teach, whatever it is, because all true divines, you are on some form of path, mission work to teach, and let it be therapy, healing, spiritual healing, a divine read, whatever it is. True divines, you do something to implement some form of unconditional love in this world. So whatever you do, they see you as a guidance system, how you help people, how you create a safe passage for people. I think that you remove obstacles from people's lives. That you use tact and you're diplomatic. And that's what I felt when I was saying, when you're in conversations and someone's speaking about someone that's not there, or if it's siblings, you pull them up and you're like, why are you doing that? They're not in the room to defend themselves. Like, you're a very diplomatic person. You see things from all perspectives. And remember I said before, you see the color. You're not black and white. You see the color in everything. Beautiful. All right, last. Oh, we love that book. You know what? You're a Mama Bear Protector CEO, boss. Go grab a book. Any book, not a book that you normally get when you see this card. Open up to page 10 or 26 and read the first line and see what message that you're being guided to see from this reading. Okay, and comment it. Okay. Memory, hidden, mystery, secrets, the unknown. You're very, I'm going to say pioneer. I'm not going to just say philosophy. I think that you break the mold in some way. Your intellect, your knowledge, the way you educate. Maybe they think you should write a book, or maybe you have written a book. You could actually be an author. But Mama Bear, protective, finances, better. You could be more, this is more of a muscular, maybe a very athletic build. All right, one more. That you're fierce, sometimes unpredictable, so you're a mystery like that book, but you're wild, assertive, a little bit possessive. I felt that. So maybe they still question because there's something about their freedom they question, but that you're fearless, determined, but you are quite elusive. Renegade. Why did I hear that? But you're an owl that you see. Very nice. I liked it. There's still a little bit of concern, but I think the only thing they're really concerned about is, will their freedom be taken away? But then you got the Fool, new beginning, wanting to step into the unknown. All right, let's get intention. The more I'm reading this, I will roll a dice. If a 6 comes out, I don't think we should be tapping into what's coming next action-wise. I think this collective, there's some emotional things you need to see. But we'll see. All right. Their true intention towards this collective. They're wordless right now. This is what's, I'm on the, whenever I get on the fence to do a, should we tap into what's ahead? It's normally a no. And there's a reason. Yes, they're inspired. This is one of the best cards. They see you as their magical muse, but they're still a bit wordless here. But so that's what you both need to work on. It's the theme of this. There is so much for me to tell you, but I'm unable to express myself in a rational way, so I'd rather keep quiet. So going back to that part about communication, I was like, you do what you want to do. I don't think it's kind of that card, contact me just knowing you care, or but I may not it's not time just yet, especially if you have put yourself, especially in the beginning, remember in part 1 we're saying the off balance, you bent over backwards. It'll be released when it's meant to from the divine, but this message is more so you know how to approach and communicate clearly, transparently when it comes in. But I'm hoping the right collective, you felt that from this message, because if you were like, oh, I just need to express everything, I don't think it's your collective. I'm going to be honest. But anyway, I became inspired by your presence, your energy, and your beauty. Without you, I'm missing the tools to create my next masterpiece. But Tower, so they are going through towers. They're going through ignition. So that's also why they're overwhelmed, they're drained. There's something about decisions in life they're thinking that they have to make. So, of course, what are you picking up? They have to go through this. Number 80, 22, and 32. I feel my life is falling apart and being pulled apart. So this is the intention towards you. So when they think of you, they're thinking of the destruction in their life. So there's something they're not proud of. It's not time. It's not time. Amazing energy. But to have intention towards you and think about destruction in their life, something here that overwhelms them. And that adds to that overwhelm card, the stress. No matter what I try to build, things keep crumbling around me. I wish you were here to help. You're not meant to. They got to walk through the fire, just how you had to. You were the only solid thing in my life, but that's why they're going over the loyalty, the this or that. Go, you know what I'm going to say. Libra, they could be a Libra, you could be a Libra, but balancing, okay? I know I acted as if I couldn't make my mind up about our connection, but it was really because I was scared of hurting you and you hurting me, believe it. And then you've had mirrored lives, so they go over the tumultuous lives. There's a lot of things that they are starting to see in you that they embody themselves because they're being activated to healing, all right? And I just noticed on the bottom, unsent message. So they're thinking about it. You know what? We're not going to go... I want to get these instead. What message do you need from the universe to work on energetically and focus energetically? Oh. Okay. It amazes me when we say the same thing at the same time, and you're really in each other's minds right now. These feelings overwhelm me and I become afraid. Sometimes I even run away from you because of it. You're the same, this collective. As soon as these emotion comes over you, the fear takes over. Was I crazy? Was this? They're just that. They use me. They this, they that. They blah. It's the fear that does it to both of you. The overwhelm makes you both run. You're both emotionally avoidant. This collective, you are both emotionally avoidant. You can see it in your past relationship. You guys were terrible when it came to owning weaknesses and vulnerabilities. You would either shut down or you'd sweep it under the rug and act like nothing happened. You would never have deep conversations about challenges you guys face. Don't make it fit. It wasn't one person trying to, two people would shut down. Two. I'm trying to understand how my thoughts create my reality. So they're telling you about the power of the mind. People that are activated, you think, oh, I'll just be positive, good things come in. It's the same when you're negative. All those negative things come in. I know I need to stay positive. Are you? We project our patterns onto each other. This makes it difficult to see what is real and what is fear-based thinking, because you are one. I honestly cannot recommend this deck enough. You can tell the author of this has literally gone through the whole process of the the whole journey, just what she's written on, like this. If you're a true divine, you need to get this deck. And this isn't a shameless plug. Like, I know I know, but I genuinely, I use them all the time, every day. Like, I have hundreds of decks, and like Intuit Tarot Oracle, I can't recommend enough. Okay, this is called the Intuit. Oh, it's called the Into Twin Oracle Flame Messages from Your Beloved. All right, and in my link tree, yes, there's a link, and yes, you can get 10% off, but it'll be one of your best purchases if you're on this journey. Okay, and I'm not just saying that. True believe in this company. Very good. This journey is teaching us one of the most important, but in saying that, wait till they have sales, because when they do sales, it's like 50% off plus your 10% off. That's 60% off a bloody deck, so you pay like nothing for it. This journey is teaching us one of the most important spiritual lessons, patience. And that's what we said at the start. That is this collective. Be patient. They are protecting you. Truly, my heart is opening up to love again and guiding me back to you. I long for your kisses and your touch. I think you both do. And last two. I'm trying to figure out this connection. I've never experienced anything like this before. The projection of patterns. So you both, everything you're feeling this. I long to sweep you off your feet and shower you with love. I long for your kisses and your touch. Clearly a very, why do I actually feel, did this person used to hold you like that or something? Are you one of those connections where you just see each other and just completely wrap your legs around them? Next, this is big, which the equinox and the solstice is coming soon. The next solstice or equinox will bring us an important shift. You and your person, draw another card to get an idea of what this shift may be. So last time this came out, I was like, oh, this could be the same collective. Let me know in the comments. You would have remembered me reading this card. So communication, this is what's going to shift. About neither of us are being honest right now. Why are we afraid to express ourselves? So this is the theme of this was the whole theme. Your lack of communication and vulnerability. So this shifts. So by the next solstice or equinox, you get a huge shift with your communication. Good. This collective, you need it. The reason I'm not meant to tap, I'm pretty sure it's like the 21st or 22nd of this month or something. If anyone can be bothered, just write in the comments for other people. I love when you guys do that. Okay. I actually just want to get these. True love, but your codependency. I think you both still have a little bit. The freedom's a big one here that still needs to be focused on, and chemistry. Trust. I'm hearing worth waiting for. Oh my God, this is the negativity. Was I being used? Was it unrequited? It's not that. It's you're codependent on the outcome, just how you were codependent on each other. Don't worry about the time here. Patience, okay? Finances and career needs to be a focus, especially for this person right now. You can feel it. They're going through a big transition. But so there's maybe things in your work life that needs a bit of a transition. But just be lighthearted, be positive right now. Last one. Getting to know each other. The attraction's not... Last one. They're coming in slowly. I'm going to say calling in your twin soul. But just surrender. I just noticed I put that in the shape of a cross. Trust in divine timing. Okay. It's safe for you to love. Pay attention to your own red flags, emotions. I'm getting initials for this one because I don't know why, no matter how much I say use your discernment, readings like these, people, I don't know why. 20 cents just came out, duality. You could have just found a 20-cent piece. So whole reading really fit with you. Your whole names will be here as well without having to double up any initials. Okay, so I just say an easy way to do this. Write your full name, however many middle names, whatever the case. Write your full name, this person's full name, even if other people's names came to your intuition about something, because you were, and they will all be here without having to double up, just cross off as I'm saying them. Q, P, X, X, Judgment Day, S, H, F, T, C, X, U, P, V, S, H, C, S, A, U, I just heard Sarah, P, F, E, Y, J, M, G, G, I, L and Jill, O, Q, E, S, N, N, I, N, I, U, G, U, D, T, A, O, X, D, I, F, O, W, A, U, K, V, F, J, W, X, G, A, L, A, T, D, J, A, E, R, L, A, H, H, K, E, R, K, K, A, R, H, N, H, C, E, A, B, R, N, J, A, I, W, B, R, A, K, Y, T, H, R, U, K, U, X, S, K, D, T, F, E, K, L, E, H, O, I, E, O, A, T, B, G, I, T, Z, Z, R, H, X, Y, C, I, N, F, U, F, G, M, R, F, D, V, I, G, 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 O, C, I, B, O, G. Oh. Okay, building blocks. You've just been building pyrite, so something about your business definitely, but you've just been building. Your love bell's ringing. See the lessons right now. C and P could be important because they've come out. The veils are lifting. They are shifting. Just trust. See the lesson in your emotion. Happiness, harmony. You are a dolphin and a completion is coming. Trust in the divine. Trust in your lessons. You are one. The 20 cents again. So duality, 2006 could have been a pivotal year for you, especially when it came to trauma. But remember, your pearl within. All right. Dice, so important memories, dates, or birthdays, angel numbers. 11th of the 5th, 5th of the 11th, 11th of the 6th, 6th of the 11th, 6th of the 1st, 1st of the 6th, 8th of the 1st, 1st of the 8th. 18th of the 2nd, 11th of the 2nd, 2nd of the 11th, 18th of the 11th, and then 12th of the 5th, 5th of the 12th. That's important because those two are together. So, all right, I love you guys. I will be on YouTube in probably about 3 o'clock. I'll be on YouTube. Okay, love you guys and have a good day.